Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
And now we are going to get into our meta discussion. Let's talk about what happened last season, because there was quite a bit. First, we got to talk about snap packs, which has been in the works for a little bit. I'm not the guy that's reading all the news. I just remember hearing a little bit about this here and there, but I didn't know it was going live last season, so it kind of took me by surprise. But it was a good surprise, I think. I think this is a good addition and a good modification to the way that we get cards. So now I haven't run the math, and you and I have talked. We actually talked on this past Free Comic Book Day. You said you hadn't run the math, but you had it a little bit worked out. Like, what were your thoughts on snap packs, the whole token thing, and all that?
I think I like it so far. I was trying to figure out some of the math. Still 6,000 tokens to be guaranteed the new card. If you want a chance and less chance of a double, you get a discount. For Series 4, the only one that I don't have right now is Corvus Glaive. So I know if I drop like 2,000 tokens, I'll get Corvus Glaive. But I don't like Corvus Glaive.
You've got all the Series 4 cards?
Yeah, except for Corvus Glaive.
I'll have to take a look and see where I'm at. I'm pretty sure I have Series 5. 22 cards. I don't think I have 8. I'm missing 8 cards. I can remember that off the top of my head. 8 cards in Series 4. So anyway, Corvus Glaive is kind of a nice card. You got to think about it. Anyway.
Yeah, there's 11 I don't have from Season 5, not counting the newest ones. I don't have Kahori and the featured card for this season. But yeah, Series 4, I'm down to Corvus Glaive. I just don't like the character. That +1's nice, but it's too chaotic for me. I like to know what card I'm discarding. Now, even when I know that, sometimes I mess up and still discard the wrong one. But that's on me, not some card messing with me. So if you're trying to get the new card, you aren't locked into a 50% chance of getting one of 2 past cards, which is good if you don't have it, but not so good if you do, unless that variant's really cool. And then sometimes I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll get the mystery one. I can remember a time or two that the mystery variant that you have a 25% chance of getting is the featured card I got the previous week. Which doesn't really matter. You get the tokens, but it's still frustrating. So it gives you a discount on getting a guaranteed new card. You just have to pay more if you want a specific one. Right. And then they replace spotlight keys with 3,000 tokens. At first, I thought that was kind of a bad deal because you need 2 of them. You need to hit the equivalent of 2 spotlight keys to be guaranteed the new featured card. But if you get a spotlight key, you only had a 25% chance of getting the new featured card. So I think it's pretty good. I wasn't that irritated with the card acquisition system. I know some people were really frustrated with it, but I've got a decent amount, and the occasional season pass was all I was actually putting into it. Maybe I am spending as much or more time as some of these people, but I'm just not as good at it, so I'm not hitting infinite as fast. I just always assumed that I wasn't playing as much as some other people. Maybe I'm just not that good, but I'm still having fun. So
that's right. That's all matters.
So yeah, I didn't necessarily have a problem with it, but I think I like it.
Okay. All right.
And with the new Series 4 cards, the one that I wanted the most was Batroc because he looks the most useful and he was the character I found most appealing as long as he's fully in costume. I didn't get him. I think they gave everybody like 4,000 tokens, so I used that. I got Fan-Fei the first time, and then I got Topaz, and I'm like, well, she could be useful, but I want a Batroc. You get 1 card and then 2 bonuses, and there's a chance that your bonus is another card. I got Batroc and Topaz in the same pack.
That's so awesome. Yeah, I was not expecting that. We'll just put it that way. I didn't know what to expect with the packs themselves. I was really leery. Like as soon as I saw, oh crap, it's pack time. You get a ton of tokens for your spotlight keys. And so all of a sudden I had all these tokens sitting there and all these packs that I could get. I was pulling so many cards that when you and I go down through what our cards were that we unlocked, there are going to be a ton of new cards that we've never played with before.
Yeah.
Because that conversion allowed us to get all these cards. I think it's a good addition. I think it's going to work out I haven't seen too many people complaining about it. I haven't been on Reddit too much, but most of the stuff that I've been seeing hasn't been complaints about this.
Still have the daily featured cards, so you can still pin one specific one. That was something I was worried about. I'm like, I'll get a new card, but it's the one I want. But yeah, you can still pin it. I still like it. Do I run the risk if I get a Series 5 one at a discount of getting Agent Venom? Sure. But I came up with an Agent Venom deck.
All right, then. I already talked about Toxie, just this weird swerve that happened. The move decks were definitely present. A lot of people enjoy using Sam Wilson, Captain America. I was seeing that shield out there a lot, and I was seeing a lot of move decks. There were times where I was using my Namora deck as well, and I was not able to overcome some of the power that they were able to generate with some of their move decks.
Yeah.
And it made me so upset. But anyway, yeah, a lot of move decks this season. For myself, as far as putting a deck together, I'm still using my Namora deck a lot. I can't even remember what I was putting together for that, but I was having a good time playing that. I enjoyed High Voltage this season for some reason a little bit more than I did last season, even though the reward at the end was
I did too, and I'm trying to remember what I used. It seems like it was so long ago because it was a little bit longer season, but I didn't use the same thing I had been using. I tried some new stuff, but I honestly cannot remember. I didn't do a good job of taking notes.
That's all right. It was a long season too.
The move stuff. I mean, and we'll talk about this more with our top 5, but for move to work, you need a card that benefits from being moved and a card that moves it. And rarely do those come in one package. So They gave you cards that benefit from moving and cards that move cards. Many times I have dropped Hydra Stomper alongside Topaz, and she has kicked him right out to the middle. So that was a lot of fun. Like I said, I like snap packs. Agamotto did not have as much staying power as I thought. I tried him in the Namora deck. Still like him, but he didn't stick around as much as I thought. I was pleased to see they introduced a modest variant with a shirt.
Oh, yes. He has a shirt, ladies and gentlemen.
So,
all right.
His formal restaurant wear, I guess.
Yeah. Restaurant, yeah.
No shirt, no shoes, no sorcery.
That's perfect. Put that on a shirt. A shirt that he won't wear.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's go ahead and we'll get into our unlocks. Okay. Well, once we get this thing loaded up, I'll go into mine. Like, I needed Evan's assistance here because, and I don't know if we talked about this last time. We might have mentioned it
we
on
did,
the podcast. I can't
because
remember.
mine got pretty messed up last time.
Yeah, they have done things a little bit differently when it comes to sorting. It used to be you could just go in there and choose newest. It was a little bit easier, but now, Evan, you said
when you unlock your custom card with mastery, it counts as a new card.
There you go.
And maybe it did that before when you split it and you unlocked it, but now you don't have to split it to unlock it. Well, you either have to have a split or a variant. Once you get that and tap on it, it's there. And if you're like me, want to thematically align the backgrounds on your decks, you unlock a lot of them.
I got
So yeah, I don't think you got Thor this season.
All right. No, I got to find newest, and then I think I have it sorted. Yeah. Okay. So we're in the right spot. So I got a baby X23, but I feel like I've talked about this card already. I wish there was a date on here, unlocked on such and such date. But anyway, that's there. If I talked about it before, it's too bad. I got it again. Scotty Young baby variant X23. Working my way up here. Oh yeah. Let's do Black Swan with bananas. Pixel Hobgoblin, I think.
Bananas. Hang on, let me get back there. Yeah, Pixel Hobgoblin. Okay.
All right, Pixel Hobgoblin.
That banana thing looks pretty smart.
I've
They get Gwen Stefani to start playing Snap.
Right.
Okay, that cannonball, I can see. I know this was new this season.
I'm pretty sure my Shang-Chi right here is new. So I got a baby Shang-Chi.
That's my favorite of the baby
Scotty
variants.
Young.
That look on his face is exactly the look on my face when I take somebody's card out with Shang-Chi and win a lane.
We then have a Jim Lee Kitty Pryde.
Nice.
Did you see the conversation that was going on where somebody asked on Reddit, like, what was the most comic book accurate? What's the most comic book accurate card? I made sure I was like, guys, you have no idea about Kitty Pryde. Which, that was a long time ago when Kitty Pryde was released. There are probably a lot of new players now that have no idea what happened back then.
Yeah.
Jim Lee Kitty Pryde. I really like my Jim Lee cards. I want so many more. I want to finish. Then we got the Cannonball 6 more vodka variant. Okay.
Hey kids,
Infinity
check out the
Ultron
vodka variants.
Hey, kids. Infinity Ultron, of course. We were talking about that earlier. Pixie,
Not as
which I
popular as
think
the
might
pass
have
out in
been.
my vomit variants.
I got the base card Pixie. So this was a card I think that was unlocked with spotlight keys during this period of time, right around in here.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have, I feel like I talked about the negative space Magneto before, and that he's a gray variant here makes me think that that's the case. Pixel Spectrum.
Nice.
Then Strange Supreme.
Mm-hmm.
These two cards are from High Voltage.
Yeah.
Got Black Bolt, and then the Toxie base card. I know I've talked about these already. That Abomination's got to be something I had from before. Maybe I don't think I talked about Pixel Mojo. Maybe I did. I don't know. But there's Pixel Mojo. Then we have the Chibi Wong. There you go. Your favorite variants. Galacta. And now we're getting into snap packs.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember the one that I got two in. It might come to me. But anyway, I got Galacta. I got Kahori. I got Anti-Venom. I got Scream.
Nice.
I got Peony Parker. Hydra Stomper. Frigga. We got, I'm pretty sure this Dan Hip Falcon.
Oh, man.
Dropped in.
I want that, not just because it's a hip, but because it's like the original Falcon costume. I like the steampunk one, but all the other ones, it's like the Falcon in a black costume. And I'm like, that's not the Falcon I remember.
All right.
I'll give you all my chibis for it.
All right. Fastos. He's definitely one I got in a pack. Then we got the Kyera variant, Tony Moy variant. I think everybody got this.
I did not.
You don't recall this? I don't know.
I did not get it.
Maybe I ended up with that in a pack.
Kyra some at one point in my surfer experiment. I had Killmonger and I had Kyra in there to protect Batroc.
Oh, see. Yeah, it's a good concern. Then we have Misery. Oh, man. I couldn't wait to get this card. When you were talking about making your no fun deck and using Misery, I just immediately was like, okay, I'm about to inflict some pain. Super Giant, which I do not use. Magic. Yeah, Derek Chu variant of Magic. Then we get to a Pixel Groot. Okay, here's where I went and split the Nick Fury signed variants I was talking about earlier. Then I got this Carnage, Gerardo Sandoval variant.
That is weird Carnage. I see it a lot.
It looks like he's got wings almost. I know that's not what's supposed to be happening here, but
looks like he did not.
I like my Mark Bagley, but no. All right. And I think we're running into. I think that might be it, dude. No, I got this. Oh, I got this Rogue. Didn't we talk about this Rogue?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the one that had the team in the background, the Terry Dodson variant, and that is it. So, like I said, come out of this with a ton of new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 new cards this season.
Nice.
That's insane, dude, because of the snap packs and everything's going on for the month of May. 14 new cards. That's pretty crazy. So there you go. Collector level 17,934 as of May 10th, 2025. And now we don't talk about spotlight keys anymore. We talk about how many tokens we have. 8,450 tokens waiting to be spent on some snap packs. So now, Evan Bevins, you have the floor, sir.
All right, let's see. So I just started with Captain Carter.
Okay.
So I got Captain Carter and Goliath. I think I even burned a spotlight key to get Cersei.
Oh, nice.
Got them. Then I got a Dan Hip Cyclops, which is magnificent.
Yeah.
I got the Food Fight Nebula where she's got a piece of cake on her knife. Those Food Fight cards are hit or miss. Like some of them I'm just like, and others they're perfect.
Yeah.
And that is one of the ones I really like. Finally got the Dan Hip Gambit.
Okay.
Got a Pixel Daredevil. And since I got the season pass, I got the What If variant of the Watcher.
Ooh, a
little bit of Jeffrey Wright.
Okay, very nice.
I got the Dinosaur Thing.
Hey, what do you think of them cards?
They wouldn't impress me if they weren't. There was a 2-issue story in Fantastic Four where they found an Earth where all the heroes were dinosaurs, and every one of these dinosaur variants appeared in those issues.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's tying.
So they're straight out of that. It's not just random stuff, which could have been cool, but that makes it a little better, I think. I got a Chibi Misty Knight. I got a Pixel Thor, but it was the Jane Foster Thor. Finally got Agamotto.
Okay.
I got a Lucas Wernick Jubilee which is not labeled a Hellfire variant, but it's her in a shiny formal dress. Grabbed the negative space Thanos, which is awesome.
I think I've seen that one. What went through my head immediately was the Max Grecki Thanos, but the Goomba from it's not that one. The negative space one is pretty cool.
Although the blue remains if you give him a banana background.
I think I screwed up our last discussion. I was thinking that once you change the background, the negative space would as well. That is not the case. Nope.
I got the What If variant of Iron Man where he's in the cart from that episode of What If. I got the Noir variant of Absorbing Man, where he's apparently a bouncer at a speakeasy during the Depression. I got that 6 More Vodka Cannonball variant in Infinity Ultron. Got a Luchador variant of Strong Guy.
That's awesome.
I don't know to that completely unworkable Luchador deck.
You cannot make those cards go together very well, but by golly, they look awesome.
I got a Pixel Watcher. He would appear to tell you what to do in a cutscene of a Marvel-based Nintendo Entertainment System game. Even though I find it hard to move on from the baby Shang-Chi variant we were talking about, I had to get the Art Adams Shang-Chi variant. Wow. The Art Adams variant in the game, which is a travesty.
Yeah.
Got the Dan Hip Rock Slide. I got Iron Patriot.
Nice.
I think that one was with tokens. I think that was pre-snap pack. Who else I got here? Got that Black Bolt that was the prize in High Voltage. Toxie Doxy. Got the Season Pass What If variant for Captain Carter. Got a Dan Hip Carnage. The baby variant of Juggernaut. The Megan Laura Loki, which is the Lady Loki. Then I got Hydra Stomper and Fan-Fei. Got a Dan Hip Hobgoblin, a Pixel Onslaught.
Nice.
Then Topaz and Batroc in the same pack, no less.
Very.
The Derek Chew Magic. Missed my shot at the Art Germ Marvel Jean Grey again because there was a Devil Dinosaur Bronze Age variant that I could not pass up.
This is the one on the comic book cover, right?
Yeah, with Moon Boy on his back. I mean, that painted Devil Dinosaur that everybody got like 2 years ago, I was like, well, nothing can dislodge that. But
that card's, I love how the comic book cover ones are cool, and I love seeing what they can do when they turn it to 3D or animated even, because that just adds that little bit of flair to the comic book cover, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I finished it off with a Pixel Warpath.
All right. Pixel Warpath. I can't believe I got more cards than you this season. I'm counting up 12 red on yours.
Yep.
I've got, I don't know what I did to, of course, maybe it was because I had more spotlight keys, possibly.
Yeah, it looks like you may have gotten some of the general packs. I mainly focused on the new ones.
You are running out of stuff in 4 anyway, and I was probably shooting for stuff that was like in the 2000 range, trying to clean up stuff there. So that makes a lot of sense. All right, man. I think it was a fun season. It definitely made some major shifts in gameplay and how you get your cards. What an interesting season it was. Thanks a lot for joining us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the next installment of Snap Material.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.